Here are 14 random tips for Vintage Story that will make your life much easier. If you have any other tips and want to drop them in the comments, please feel free to do so. If you're finding it difficult to knap clay or smith or chisel or do anything because of the way the screen moves, you can hold left alt to freeze your screen and only move your cursor, and it's much better. Get in the habit of carrying multiple spears. This will allow you to kill boars much quicker, defend yourself much easier, and make adjustments when you miss a rabbit instead of having to run up on it and spook it when you only have one spear and wait on it to stop running and throw again. After you harvest a berry bush, break it and take it home because you can replant them at your base and then you have fruit growing at your base. You'll get a lot more sticks if you break the branchy leaves on trees before you chop the trees down, and if you make some shears, you'll get more sticks from those branchy leaves. The scythe has a trim grass option and a remove grass option. Speaking of grass, if you're tired of having to cut the grass at your base, if you take 6 pieces of low fertility soil and put it in your crafting menu like this, it'll make packed dirt, and grass won't grow in packed dirt. You can take a reed basket trap and bait it with a carrot, and then dig a pit around it that's too deep and stick a ladder inside to attract rabbits to it without them being able to get into the trap. And it just lets you catch more rabbits at a time with the trap basically, and you can just spear them from the top and then drop down and harvest them and then climb out with the ladder. It's great. Make a lot of bowls and put fat in them and you'll make oil lamps, and this light source will never go out and it's waterproof. Always, always, always have a full stack of dirt on you when you leave your house. It's great for getting it out of a hole that you fell into, or if you're being chased by a wolf or a bear, it's a good way to tower yourself up real quick so they can't get to you. Don't ever leave your base again without a full stack of dirt. Any block you fill up with water becomes infinite. So if you aren't really close to a body of water, fill up a bucket and then fill up a block in a convenient spot for you, and then you'll have infinite water without having to make a bunch of trips. 1 piece of charcoal is far more than enough needed to heat and smith 2 ingots without really even having to be that fast. So don't think that you need to use more charcoal than you need to use. Shout out to Judged Mental for helping me figure this one out, but if you hold control when your mouse is over a stack of items, if you scroll down, you'll pick up one at a time, and if you scroll up, you'll place one at a time. And this is actually life-changing in this game. When you're trying to balance out your bits, when you're smelting, really anything you're trying to do, this is a lifesaver. This is one of my favorite tips that I'm giving in this video. And last, but certainly not least, if you are building and finding yourself having a hard time with the orientation of slabs or stairs or whatever they may be, you can actually put them in your crafting menu and cycle through different locked orientations of the blocks. So for example, you can take a stack of slabs and put them in and convert them to horizontal slabs, and then you will only ever place them horizontal. If you do it again, you'll lock them into their vertical orientation. And then if you do it again, it'll reset them back to normal. And that's going to do it. There's a handful of random tips that I think will make your life easier in Vintage Story. Again, if you have any tips that I didn't mention in this video and want to drop them below, I would be excited to see them, as I'm sure would everybody else. I hope it was helpful. I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you feel so compelled, and I'll see you in the next one.